Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with today's load prompt and the Elvis challenge number 22, which is a tic-tac-toe, and I've chosen a row that calls for flowers, ribbon or twine, the color blue, lots of layers, and 3 or more photos. So I've got all those things kind of assembled here. And I'm also, the load prompt is to scrap about some characteristic that may have been passed down in your family. And what immediately came to mind is this curly hair. And so I have some photos that kind of show that and tell a little bit of a story there. And what else am I? Oh, of course. Now I understand. I'm also doing Challenge 5 in Scrap Squad's Share the Love Cybercrop. And it is a scrap lift of this gorgeous page by Julie Taylor. And if you've been following me at all, you know that she's one of my favorite scrappers in the history of scrapping. And I'm probably going to depart a little bit from hers. She's got kind of a progression of photos. I'm going to have 3 instead of 2. The technique prompt at load calls for a frame. I'm going to have 3, but I'll have little like tabs and things like that, and I'll have my title somewhere. I'm not sure where. I have made up a title block, and it's going to be called, the page is going to be called Curls, and this has like down to the details curls. And so let's get started. I'm going to kind of do as best I can to honor the scrap lift. The background I've chosen is this, which is a pre-made mixed media paper from Vicki Boutin, and it's meant, I think, to be used this way, but since I'm going to have my photos coming down, I kind of wanted it to follow something of that vertical line there, kind of separating this light blue from these 2 darker blues. So we're just going to do that. We'll just get started. My idea is that I will kind of talk a little bit about, I've got 3 photos. This one is a photo of me holding Katie on my lap in 2005, 4th of July. And we were in South Louisiana at my aunt's house, which was right next door to the house I grew up in. And you can see the heat and humidity had kind of hit both of our hair there. And so there's where you can kind of see that she got my curls. So I was willing to think that maybe the curls had skipped a generation, because I never saw, well, when he was 2, before I got his hair cut for the first time, James had curls. So I will say that. And Katie has actually kind of talked him into letting his hair grow out, and he took this photo, which kind of shows how curly his hair is. So yeah, he got my curls too. And then these days, Katie is our hairdresser, and she helps us fight those curls. So she's kind of working with his curls, and here you see her blow drying mine straight. So it's kind of just a little story of how and you can see how well she manages her curls. So anyway, Ava's hair was curly when it was growing out after chemo, and she hated it. So now it's thick and it's long enough that it kind of, the curls are held down, and she can kind of style it. And she has a sister who's a hairstylist, so she's got it made. I've been fighting curls all my life. And just a little bit of a note, I do this, I'm as soon as I'm done with this video, I'm off to kind of try to take care of it. I leave it to its own devices in between visits to Katie. When I see Katie, she usually does it straight. And I leave it that way for as long as I can until I absolutely need to wash it. And then it gets like this. For the first couple days, it's fine, and then I can add a little water to it, and it's fine. Now, even if I added water to it, it would be out a foot from my head on either side. It's crazy, and it's very, very thick, and both Katie and Ava and James have that same situation. It takes twice as much hair color or shampoo or any kind of hair, twice as long to get it cut, all those things. Okay, so I'm going to arrange these frames, and the photos are not meant to fit exactly on the frame, but I've put some little I've pulled some stickers from the sticker sheet, and I have this one, the photo actually would fit in the frame, so I'm not quite sure if I'm going to do it that way or not. So I'll kind of have it, maybe I want it more like this, that way. These two kind of like that, and then maybe this one sort of straight, or just slightly askew going the other direction. And I was thinking that the title would go here, and then unknown caller. Let me control my phone here. I'm gonna make it silent. Since I don't use my phone, I don't do anything with it. Don't use my phone to record. So before I put the frames down, I'm going to layer a bunch of stuff underneath. So let's see. I'm going to put this down as my first layer, and I'm just going to this is papery, and I've probably used papery from a couple of different Vicki Boutin collections. I'm just going to let that be right there. And I have another, keep this ticket food order. I'm going to put this down with a piece of foam to kind of hold it up and define it as a layer, separate layer from the bottom. I kind of hate to cover up this coffee ring, but I'm going to, I guess this one goes like this. So then I will kind of have this coming out and sitting like that. So let me get the frame down. I do have this piece. I don't know if it's I'm gonna put it down like this maybe. Let me put it over on this side. Nope, I want to put it on this side. I'm gonna put it in here like this, and I'm gonna save the other half of it for something else. And here I want to again kind of have it sticking out with something lifting it up. Okay, now we're going to put this frame down. And I've put some foam on the vertical edges. I think that's going to be enough to kind of hold it down. let's see. We had it kind of come in like this. I'm going to do it like that, and that should hold it down. And now I'm going to putting it in the vertical thing, that means I can't tuck this under as much as I wanted to. So I'm going to cut the end off. Oops, that's not the way I wanted to cut that. So I'm going to have to do some embellishing. That was not a very smart thing to do, but I can put a flower there. Not a problem. Okay, so where I want the adhesive is here and here, as far as I could see. There, and then I will find a flower or something to go right there. Maybe this, my double hearts. That's perfect. The colors are perfect, and I'm holding her, so it's perfect from a the two of us sort of standpoint. Okay, so there's that. Now, my next big papery piece is going to be this green Linotype Company bit that's going to kind of come out like so, and I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive under here, a little bit of foam there. And I think I have some, I'm going to put this like so, and then I have to remember, will that work? I will take this off. So that I can get this where I want it. Let me just get the frame on there. And then I have some tickets from the papery that I can stick out as additional layers under there. Let's see. Make sure I take the backing off of all of these. And that's going to go kind of like so. And I have this little label here. See, this little label says hot mess. and for James's photo it says tell me about it. So I'm going to put this kind of right there, just as a little okay, so that's not okay, that will work. I'll put the adhesive where, and I'm going to try the liquid, and I think that'll hold better. And then I'm going to place this piece of foam tape underneath that bottom part. Well, I'm not going to do that either because it's too hard to manage, but I'm going to do this, and I will take the backing off of it and stick it back under there. And that way it'll go over the photo, and it'll kind of also hold the photo down. Now I'm going to put this one down, but what I want to do here is I have a, I wanted to do this under there. Just a little bit of kind of that brown stickiness, sticky stitching, not sticky stitching. But I guess stitching can get sticky, huh? Okay, there. And then I've got these two tickets that I will tape together. And then I'll put those coming out underneath the frame. Kind of like so. I'm going to cut part of it. Okay, so those are like some of those layers that it was talking about. So here I have this library card I was going to put down right under Katie's, maybe going at a different angle from the angle of the frame. So I'm going to do that, and instead of a bit of foam down at the, or up at the top, I'm going to put it down at the bottom, and I'm not going to stick it. And I'm going to put the frame kind of like so that this kind of overlaps it. And then we'll see how the photo fits in it, or if it does. This is weekend plans, because I think both James and I have plans to go get our hair done. I think I'm going to stick it under there like that. And okay, so it's down, and this I think will fit right in there. And if it's not perfect, it'll give it a look of kind of looseness and dimension, kind of at the same time. Let me see if I can get this. So I'm okay with it not fitting, but I want it to be centered. I want it to not fit the same. Uh-oh. Well, you know what? I'm just going to put it in at an angle like the others. And I've got this that says note to self, and I thought I'd add that in as a layer somewhere. But actually, that might go, see, that might work right there. I don't like that. So maybe this can be the note to self right here. I want note to self to be able to be read. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to use part of it. Maybe I'll put it off to the side. I'm going to cut even more off of it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, little card. And I can put an embellishment there, a flower or something. Okay, now the title piece is kind of still looking like it wants to go there, but I also had in mind an orange flower either there or here. And this is bothering me that it's sticking up, and it's because I've kind of pulled on it unevenly. And it's not going to matter once I get all the embellishments on, but we'll see. So, do I want this flower here and the title here? And I can kind of, I think that's the way it's going to go. And then this can kind of interlock with that. Okay. Now I have this which says must see. And I think I'm going to put it here. Like you must see Katie's work. And I'll put it at the same angle as the photo, not the same angle as the frame. And then I have this pair of scissors that I want to put over here on the frame. Do I want them there? Oh, I definitely want it here. Kind of put it like that. And then, because it's Bug, I have a ladybug from the collection. So, where do I want to put that? Maybe right here or here, facing down, right there. And I have this that says Splendid Memory, and that I could put right on the frame. I've got Magic in These Moments on that tab. I could maybe do what I want. I'm looking for kind of a triangle of orange, and this bright orange is kind of, I could put it just right above the frame like that, kind of butted up against the frame instead of right on top. That way you get to see the kind of the arched top of the frame. It's one of the details that I like about that. Now I have an orange butterfly that I thought I would add in kind of right here, kind of right up next to the green. Let's see, I have a couple more tickets that could be used to layer, but I'm thinking I don't need any more layers. I have the last thing I'm going to put on are these buttons, which I've threaded with this twine, and then I'm going to let the twine curl, and I may encourage it and glue it in place so that it curls. So we'll see how that works. And I'm going to do this blue butterfly right up next to that. And I'm going to add some blue flowers over here by the orange one. Here. Maybe I'll do this right there. And I have this sprig of blueberries. Coming out right there. Okay, so that is all done. The last thing are the buttons, and I had two, and where's the other one? Here it is. Okay, so I have an orange one and a blue one. I think I'm going to put the orange one maybe right here. And I will kind of curl this around in there like that, and I may faff with that after I stop filming. And I will put this blue one maybe right here, kind of as part of that floral display. So then that's going to get curled around right there. And we shall see. I have something else I wanted to use. I have then and now. So the now is definitely meant to go here. And if I did that, I would want to take up the weekend plans. Let me see if I can peel up that sticker without leaving a mess. I still might use it, but there we go. Now then, I think can go up here under Splendid Memory. And I'm going to add this weekend plans to this layering piece right there. So this will go here. And then I have the and. I'll put the and there, and you know, you can connect the then and now or not as you wish. And I'm going to do a couple of curly, puffy arrows to kind of reinforce the whole curls thing. This is a curly arrow like so. It could even be interpreted as a butterfly trail. I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do this one here like it's saying then, and I'm pointing to the photo. Okay, so now I've got those things down. I've got all the things I had planned to put on it. I'm sure Julie will not recognize her her design anywhere on my page, but I was definitely influenced by her lovely work. So there's that. I'm going to cut the split ends off this twine. And I'm going to let this kind of come down. I thought I'd go ahead and do it there. And then I'll curl this up the other way. It's kind of unruly, sort of like my hair. There are so many references to my hair here. I, like I said, I fought it for most of my life. I think I've said this before. I scheduled all my college classes so that I could go back to my dorm room and iron my hair because I needed it to look like Peggy Lipton on the Mod Squad. and, and there are some of you out there that I'm sure know exactly what I'm talking about. Parted down the middle, bangs. With my hair, can you imagine me having bangs? Oh my gosh. Not a good fashion choice for given my hair, and not in going to college in South Louisiana. If I were going to college in Arizona or Nevada, maybe I could have styled my hair straight and had it stay that way, but that isn't what happened. Now Julie has twine on hers, but she's stitched it down. And we all know that I'm not stitching, and stitching isn't curly enough anyway to reinforce my theme. Let's maybe do this way. That glue will hold it down. Eventually, I just kind of have to let it set. Now, this I want to carefully do so that I don't get too involved with the photo, but it's thin twine, so it shouldn't I bet I can tuck that under there and then let this sort of come out. Okay, there we go. I think it's done. I thank you for suffering through this as I made fun of my hair. So thank you for watching. It's all about the curls and a lot of blue in there with some orange accents. And I love those two colors. I love colors that are across from each other on the color wheel. But I kind of threw in some greenish blue and some green and some beige to sort of rest the eye and to make those other colors kind of pop. So I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.